This is creepy. Welcome to Ranger Reviews, a web series we look at episodes of the TV show Power Rangers and then discuss them. Today we're exploring the 13th episode of the show Power Rangers in Space, as well as the 263rd episode overall titled Grandma Matchmaker. We begin this episode at the park where Ashley is reading a book. Then a taxi shows up nearby and here comes a terrible, terrible woman who is clearly being dumped by another voice actress. She gets out and wow, my eyeballs are assaulted by the amount of neon going on here. She chucks a manila envelope at Ashley, who catches it. Apparently, this is her grandma, and the envelope has her future husband's infos in it. Isn't she like 18? Her grandma drags her to the taxi, slapping on their ass along the way. Weird. On the Dark Fortress, we meet Mama Mite, who has put her eggs under the city waiting to hatch. Astronema wants to speed up this process, so Mama Mite heads out. We then see the men's photos from the manila folder, and at the surf spot, Grandma, Ashley, and Adele are looking at the photos. I love Adele in this moment because you know she's only there just to be thirsty over some younger men. Apparently one of these dudes wants to be a doctor. Grandma is even talking about what their kids will look like, and Ashley says she's way too young for this. Then Carlos shows up and Ashley is like, this is my boyfriend, and he says, I am, and Adele says, he is? Ashley says they've been together for a year, and Adele says, this is where I make my exit. This woman was way too good for this show. Grandma is super into Carlos and she starts like petting him. Then their communicators go off and Carlos says he's super thirsty to distract the grandma, so she'll go order them some drinks as they run off. They tell Alpha that they're on their way and they're about to morph, but then Grandma's dumbass shows up talking about sodas or whatever. Mama Mite does something to help along her babies, but the other Rangers show up morphed and they get knocked down onto the ground. They then take on Mama Mite as a group, and they're not doing so great, getting all sorts of tossed around. Then Ashley and Carlos run in and Mama is excited to kill the Power Rangers. They call out the Quadra Blaster, which I genuinely forgot about, and they fire it along with Andros firing his Spiral Saber thing that also has his Astro Blaster incorporated, and they hit Mama Mite down, blowing her up. Okay, that was underwhelming. On the Dark Fortress, Ecliptor explains that Mama Mite is dead, and Astronema is like, did the eggs hatch? Damn bitch, that's cold. They're going to have to wait on the eggs then. Ashley and Carlos explain the situation to the others, and Andros suggests telling the truth. Ashley's grandma shows up and she goes to take their photo, and Carlos just tells the truth right then and there, explaining that it was fake all along. I feel like that was kind of like Ashley's thing to say. Grandma says that she really likes him anyways, and they can go on their first date together, and Cassie is like eating this shit up. Grandma pulls out 2 shirts for them to wear to be twins while the others laugh. Now they all have binoculars with Grandma in the bushes while Carlos and Ashley are on a merry-go-round. This is creepy. Ashley's cell phone rings and Grandma wants to know what they're talking about and they're hungry, and she tells Ashley to hold Carlos's hand, and it's super awkward. At the surf spot, they have to share a milkshake because Grandma sent one over with 2 straws, and Grandma loves this while the other Rangers are laughing. Then their communicators go off and the place starts shaking, so they come out to see the ground cracking open, and Mama Mite's babies are coming out, eating metal objects. Like, they eat a car and a building. Ashley tells Grandma that she needs to go home and fuck off, but she won't go anywhere without Ashley. So the 2 of them run away together. The others head in the other direction. Let's rock it. The 4 Rangers flip into the scene, firing at the bugs from all over the place, so then they end up bringing out their weapons and they get eaten. Ecliptor updates Astronema about what's going on and she wants the Rangers dead. Now the babies form together to form a new monster. That's nice, wish these things had on-screen names. They start fighting against the monster, but then they get knocked down by Termitus, which is apparently his name. Ashley and Grandma are running through the panicked streets and Ashley's communicator goes off. Alpha tells her to hurry, so she tells Grandma to go away. And Ashley tells her to stop telling her what to do because she's smothering her. I feel like this is not relevant right now. A police officer comes over to get the 2 of them, but Ashley runs off. And he tells Grandma that they'll have to go get Ashley later. And Grandma flips him over her shoulder and Grand Theft Autos a fucking police car. Seriously, what the fuck? This lady is going to jail. Ashley morphs, getting away. She then runs in front of Grandma, who is very impressed with the yellow Power Ranger. For some reason. Ashley runs in to save the others from Termitus, having a standoff with her blaster, which gets knocked out of her hand. He then uses energy around her to grab and toss her into a pillar, like super hard. He then comes closer, but here comes fucking Grandma in a stolen police car, and she hits him with her car. She's seriously fighting this monster dressed as a toddler, like in a police car. And now she can't stop for some reason. Probably because she's not hitting a pedal at all. Ashley goes to save Grandma after Andros tries to save Today instead, but here comes Ashley comedically holding on to this freaking police car while serious music is playing. She then uses her boots to just stop the car before they go into a wall. She rolls over the hood asking if Grandma is okay. She's fine, she just wanted to help. They then bond over how Grandma is okay or whatever, and the Yellow Ranger is needed elsewhere, so she runs away. Ashley says that she's so lucky to have a grandma like her, apparently. I don't know, she seems pretty terrible to me. Then Ashley takes on the monster because he went after her grandma. Dude, that was all your grandma's fault. Ashley uses her blade arm attack. You know the one. She kills Termitus and Astronema fires the Sata laser, so they call it the Astro Megazord. They try to hit Termitus, but then he keeps going into his individual bug form, turning into a cloud and flying away. For some reason, Ashley is in front and center of the Megazord. And then Termitus just turns into individual bugs again, going all over the Astro Megazord. They call out the Delta Megazord because, of course, and then they actually just fire the Gyro Blasters, which magically only hit the dumb bugs that are all over them. The bugs come back together to form Termitus, so they form the Astro Delta Megazord because, of course. They then use their freeze mode, turning him into ice. They use a flying power punch attack and they kill him. RIP, Termite. At the search spot, the teens are carrying Grandma's stuff to a taxi. Ashley feels bad because she let her grandma down because she doesn't want like a husband or whatever. And Grandma is actually matchmaking for Adele now. Grandma then says with Ashley's friends she doesn't need a husband. Okay. Then Grandma leaves in a taxi and everyone says goodbye. The end, thankfully. This episode's actually not terrible only because it's entertaining, even if it's like in the worst possible way. I mean, it's nice to see an Ashley focused episode, and while the resolution to like every problem was pretty terrible, it's kind of fun. Also, who was this woman that they found to play Grandma? Because she definitely never booked anything else after this. 100%. So what will happen next time? Find out then, but until then, may the power protect you.